Hey guys, it's Wednesday, and today's video will be coming to you in 5 parts. I have decided to start dividing my videos into parts to attempt to shorten them. I think that maybe if I stick to the exact things that I want to go over, it will keep me from going all over the place, and that will help make them shorter. So that's my hypothesis, and I will be trying it out, and then I will have a result and give you my conclusions. So I'm being super scientific about this, and by super scientific, I mean I'm following the format of a high school lab report. First, I will rant about the fact that it is October. Second, I will talk about the way. Third, I will be talking about football and cold. Fourth, Math Empo fiasco. And the fifth will be random stuff. I might be super lazy because it's late and I have tons of stuff to do right now and I need to sleep as well, and not actually put the videos where I'm talking about stuff, and I'll just like throw them in at some point. I don't know yet if I'm gonna do that. I'll figure it out later, so you guys are just gonna have to wait and see. Sandwich, sandwich, campus, shirtless guys running. Winter girls or beer? Do you want to take this octopus's tentacles? Yes, we do.
What gets louder as it gets smaller? A baby in a trash compactor.
It's not
It is funny.
How do you save a baby from drowning?
You don't.
Take your foot off of it.
Yeah, I know the difference between a
I
pile
don't
of
get
dead
it. I
babies
don't
and a Lamborghini.
I don't get it.
I don't have a Lamborghini in my garage. What's worse than a dead baby nailed to a tree? A dead baby nailed to 10 trees. Like, as long as you don't have a dead baby, they're funny. If I had a dead baby, I'd probably still make the jokes, and then I'd just be an awful person. Well, there's a show that said that volunteer firefighters are gay.
Why is he mad?
He's just mad because we called him a gay firefighter.
So it's October. How crazy is that, guys? Think about it. It's October. It's crazy. It's like starting to be fall. Well, it's like starting to be winter in Canada or something because it's snowing over there. But here, it's starting to be fall, and the leaves are all turning pretty colors, and it's so beautiful. It's making me so happy. The other day, I had this like magical moment, and it might sound silly, but like I was just walking up some stairs, and there was this tree, and it was all yellow, and a gush of wind comes by and just blows like half of the leaves into like the sun, and I wish I would have had my camera because that was like a movie moment. It was beautiful. And the other day I was walking back from class and I saw all these leaves on the ground, and I was like, must take video of them and pictures, and oh my gosh, there are leaves and they're all different colors and they are on the ground. It's very exciting to me. It's also getting really cold though, so I don't like that part of it, but I'm loving the fallness of fall. And in about 10 days, it will be midterms, and midterms come at the middle of the semester, which means I will be halfway done with my semester, which is crazy. How crazy is that? It's super crazy. That's how crazy it is. Halfway done already? Like, I feel like I've been here for a week. It does not feel like I've been here for 2 months. That's way too intense. October's gonna be super mega busy, and I just hate that all of these things are like falling on the same days. Like yesterday I had 4 things I wanted to do, and I got around to doing about 2 of them. And then next Sunday I have 4 things that I really want to do. I'm probably only going to be able to do 1. I'm probably going to miss my next 2 Powder Puff games because I have other commitments on Sundays, and it's just really crazy and I don't like it, but oh well. Part 2, The Way. So Wednesday after I made my video, I went to a screening of The Way, which was directed by Emilio Estevez, starring Martin Sheen, who is his dad. And the full story is that they made this independent film called The Way about the Camino, which is a pilgrimage in Spain that people do, like a modern day pilgrimage. And they made that movie, and they are going on a road trip across the United States, kind of promoting it. So VT found out about it, and the teacher of the World's Regions class, which has 3,000 people, decided to make a video invitation in which he pretty much invited them, turns the camera, 3,000 people start yelling their names and asking them to come. It went semi-viral, and it succeeded. So they squeezed us into their schedule, and they stopped by on Wednesday to show the movie and then to answer some questions. It was great, and they were really great. They said it was the best reception they'd had. That night, Emilio Estevez posted on his Twitter, "Thank you, Virginia Tech, the best stop on our tour. You were off the charts, awesome. Love you all, go Hokies." And then the day after, I think, he was like, "Sadly, I didn't go to college after high school, so I had no campus to call home. That changed last night at VT. Thank you for making me feel like a Hokie." And Emilio Estevez was just really nice. They were answering questions, and at one point somebody came up to him and he was like, "Okay, so it's getting pretty late and so on. So, you can just answer one more question and then you're free to go." And he was like, "Oh, come on, we have time for a few more." So then he answered like 5 more, and then they came back again and they were like, "We're really sorry, but really, one more question." And so he was like, "Oh, okay, sorry." But he was so nice and just really down to earth and really nice and really friendly. And then at the end, they gave them a few gifts from Virginia Tech, which was like a shirt and a hoodie and so on. And apparently, I guess Martin Sheen went to, which school was it? I can't remember the school. But some school that is, I'm pretty sure they play football against us at some point. So he put on the Virginia Tech hoodie. They were like, "Hoodie," and he was like, "Oh, I'll put it on." And so then he put it on, and then his son was like, "Say goodbye to your season tickets." It was funny. They were nice. Anyway, that was really cool. And that is the story of the way. Now moving on to part 3. Fall and cold. Saturday was torture. I have never been colder than I was on Saturday. It was like 40, but there was like a 20-degree wind chill, and it was raining, and we were standing out in the watching the game for like 2 hours, and the sun was down. It was so cold. I was wearing probably like 5 layers plus a snow jacket, and then I wore Avi's gloves. So like I was bundled up, and I was still freezing my butt off. And then just to top it off, we didn't even win. We got like murdered by Clemson. So it wasn't even like, "Oh, I stood out there in the freezing cold for 2 hours, but we won." No, it was, I stood out there in the freezing cold to watch us get murdered. Sunday was also really cold, but we sucked it up and we went to our Powder Puff game. I didn't eat before going to the Powder Puff game, so because I woke up at 1:30 and we had to be there at 2 to have the game at 3 because we practiced before. So I headed over there with a Pop-Tart for breakfast and then worked out technically for a few hours straight. And so at one point in the game, I was like starting to black out a tiny bit. Like not really black out, but I was just feeling really tired and kind of saw a little bit of spots, and I kind of wanted to get taken out, but I felt so bad, like asking to be taken out because I didn't have breakfast, when last game 2 girls got concussions and they kept playing. We also lost, and it was also freezing. So that was another few hours of being in the freezing cold just to get murdered. And on the topic of cold, I kind of forgot. On Friday, I went out to a couple of parties with Michaela and Shira from my studio, and it was also really cold. We went to like this theme party. Well, it was CEOs and Corporate Host was the name of it. So a lot of the girls were literally wearing tiny skirts and like lacy bras and a shirt tied up. I don't know how they were not dead, because I was wearing a dress, tights, and a blazer, and I was freezing. And so people were like, "You're dressed like CEOs, not corporate hosts." And Shira and I were like, "Oh, we thought we could choose." I met a really cool girl that night. She gave us a ride to one of the places where the party was, because it was pretty far. And she's awesome. Her name is Marshall. And she had a light-up lightsaber in her car that we played around with and pretend to be Jedis. Because the second party that we went to, which was not the theme party, and all of that area lost power that night, so there was no lights. And so we were walking around with the lightsaber as a flashlight. It was fun. I felt like a Jedi. Part 4 was the Math Empo fiasco. On Monday, I spent 2 hours on a math exam, which is only actually 18 questions, but an hour of that was spent on one single question. I'm pretty sure I've never spent so much time on one question. Luckily, I didn't actually ever figure out how to do it properly. I got 4 very different answers, and all the possible answers were like decimals from each other. Like it was 11.32, 11.36, 11.4, and 11.5. And my answers ranged from 10.2 to to 12.8. So I added the 4 answers that I got and divided by 4, got the average. It was like 11.42, so I was like, I guess I'm gonna go with 11.4 because that's the best I can do. I got it right somehow, so that was really good because at least those 2 hours were worth it because I got 100% on my second exam out of 4. So right before I took the test, I was falling asleep, so I went to get some coffee, and there was only a tea place, so I went, and the lady was like super crazy. I'm pretty sure she had a lot of caffeine herself, and so I was like, do you have coffee? And she's like, well, we have tea coffee, blah, 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 but it's like the same coffee, but I can take out this and this and that, so yes, it's pretty much a coffee if you want it to be. And then she was just like all over the place, and she was like, but you know, if we have the tea coffee, then I'll have caffeine in the tea and caffeine in the coffee, so it's twice as much caffeine. And I was like, yeah, that one with lots of caffeine, just give it to me. She was really awesome. I actually really liked her. She like brightened up my experience. And that is the reason I was able to stay awake for 2 hours. Otherwise, I would not have been able to. That's pretty much all I did on Monday, which is really sad. Like, I missed a meeting for Architect Brigade because I was stuck there all day. On random stuff, I don't know what random stuff I have to say. I think Justine, the more I spend time with her, the more I wish she could be, like, a part of our group. Like, I think she'd just get along with us. Like, part of her sense of humor is so similar to ours, kind of, and it just reminds me a lot of certain things that you guys do sometimes. And then she really appreciates, I appreciate her sense of humor, because, like, she'll, like, want to show me videos, and she's like, I need to show you this video, because I feel like if I show it to anyone else, they'll just be like, you're a freak. The other night, I was showing her my Tumblr, which is pretty much all reblogged from Shay. So she laughed like crazy, and that means that her sense of humor is like Shay's sense of humor. And then I wrote down a few random like quotes from this week, just because I don't know, I wanted kind of to share it with you. I don't know if you'll appreciate them out of context. I don't even remember what they are. When on our way to the game, I was freezing, and so everyone was telling me how I better prepare for the winter because it's going to be 1,000 times colder than this. And I was like, is it socially acceptable to wear a ski mask in the winter? Because the wind was burning my face off. And then I think Brittany or someone was like, yeah, totally. And then Justine was like, yeah, they especially love it when you wear them into 7-Elevens. And then a couple of days ago, we were talking about going to a corn maze. We really want to go to a corn maze. And I was like, I really want to go to a corn maze. And Justine was like, I really want to burn down a corn maze. And then at some point, Delia was like, you're going to be the terrorist of the pumpkin patch. And I don't know what we were talking about, murder and that being out of fashion, but Justine was just like, murder is always in fashion. It creeps me out. Now that I think about it, all of this stuff is creepy. Maybe she's just creepy, and I think creepy is awesome? I don't know. Oh, other random thing. I need to pack right now because I am going to Kelsey's grandparents' house tomorrow, right after, like 15 minutes after my last class gets out. So I really need to pack, and I'm just going to be there for Friday, and we'll come back Saturday morning in time for the game because we're playing Miami, and we better win this time. Anyway, I probably went way over the limit again. I'm sorry. I really tried. I really promise I tried. Kenzie, you fail at life for posting your video late again, so I really think we should punish her. What do you think, guys? On favor say A. Like a Canadian. I'm still sleep deprived. I'm just gonna go now and shut up. I love you guys, and I will be seeing your videos. Love you!